But I think, and Dion certainly thinks, that there is going to be a world in which Shedeur sets foot in.
Have you been keeping up with Shedeur in Cleveland? What's the best piece of advice you've given him as a dad and as a coach?
Be patient and be ready. You got to be ready when it's time. But when it's time, you're going to know. And it's coming up.
There we go.
You know, I got a prediction. I ain't telling nobody. I got a feeling when it's going to go down. But it's going to go down this year.
It's going to happen. Huh?
So word on the street is Kay Cabot just dropped a bomb. Cleveland's secret plan to start Shedeur Sanders early got leaked. Before Dillon Gabriel even has time to find his locker, they're already talking about handing the keys to Dion's son. Now the internet's going crazy, fans arguing, insiders scrambling. Did the Browns really bench their future before the season even kicked off? Whatever's happening inside that locker room, it's pure madness. And this leak might have just turned everything upside down.
So behind the scenes, as a human being, he's doing a phenomenal job that way. And then he's working really hard. He's got a tremendous work ethic, and he's working really hard to pick up the things that he needs to. And that's all the pre-snap stuff. He's got to figure out how to call the play in the huddle, how to work on the protections and the motions and all of those things that happen pre-snap. Post-snap, he's doing great. I mean, he's got a really nice ball. He's got a really nice arm. He puts nice touch on it. He's very, very accurate. And I think he's earning more reps. I think they have to be really, really happy with what they're seeing with.
The Cleveland Browns might have just pulled the most Cleveland move of all time, turning a chill quarterback plan into a full-blown soap opera. 1 minute, Dillon Gabriel was the future of the franchise. Next thing you know, boom, his debut turned into the league's newest meme template after just one game flat.
Glory be, Shedeur Sanders is actually going to get his shot this year in Cleveland.
Woo!
That's what just happened. This was the owner stepping in, Jimmy Haslam, saying, I've seen enough. I want to see both the rookie quarterbacks play football this year for the Cleveland Browns. So Dillon Gabriel will get his shot because he's second on the depth chart. But I promise you, Jimmy Haslam will make sure that Shedeur gets some starts this year sooner than.
And now Kay Cabot just dropped a bomb so wild it actually made Browns fans forget about Deshaun Watson's contract. For a whole 5 minutes, that alone's a miracle. One ugly loss later, and suddenly Cleveland's rumor mill is spinning out of control, turning into a full-on quarterback blender where nobody's safe and everyone's guessing who's next.
Shedeur is way better than Dillon Gabriel. He just is. If Shedeur had started from the start, game one against Cincinnati at home, they would be the talk of the NFL right now because I look at the fourth quarter yesterday, they go 0 for 4 on third down because Dillon was playing not to lose. Don't throw it to them, don't put it on the ground. And he did a great job of that. But on one of those third downs, you have to try to make a play to win the football game. And trust me, no matter what Stefanski called, Shedeur would try to win the football game because it's how he was raised.
Reports are flying that the Browns are already fast-tracking Shedeur Sanders. Yeah, Dion's golden child. The man with shades cooler than the pocket he stands in. Word is, they're lining him up for that starting spot, and you can practically feel the panic in Cleveland as they try to tell themselves this isn't another rebuild. But let's be real, it totally is, and everyone knows it.
One of the big things we heard over this weekend was the report about Shedeur Sanders, where it started with Ian Rappaport, a big kind of exclusive saying that the Browns are preparing for Shedeur to play at some point this year. I just quickly want a conspiracy theory I had about it, though.
Okay.
Was that Shedeur was taking the Browns literally? That the Browns told Shedeur, we don't want you talking about this. Just say no comment or just say I'm happy for Dillon. And then that maybe he took them literally.
Okay.
So here's the verbiage in the Ian Rappaport piece. Sources say Sanders had a discussion with team officials that his approach to the media session was a message that got lost in translation.
This was supposed to be Dillon Gabriel's big statement game, his I belong here moment. Instead, it turned into one of those nights where even the scoreboard looked embarrassed to show its face. The first half showed flashes, clean drives, a bit of rhythm, and then boom, gone in a puff of smoke like a nervous magician forgetting the trick. By the third quarter, Gabriel looked lost, like he was playing Madden on rookie mode with a controller that wasn't even plugged in. Accuracy? Gone. Composure? Missing. Footwork? Somewhere between panic and pure prayer. He needed time to settle in, but time's the one thing the Browns never seem to handle right. And just as Kay Cabot's bombshell report hit the airwaves, fans started glaring at the coaching staff like, wait, you've been plotting what behind the scenes? Because while Gabriel was busy overthrowing receivers into another zip code, Shedeur Sanders was quietly stacking highlights in practice. The whispers grew louder. He's looking sharp. The chemistry's there. He's got that calm in chaos. And that's when everyone started realizing something big was brewing in Cleveland.
That Shedeur is the people's choice.
Yep.
He knows that Shedeur is the most popular and famous third-string quarterback in NFL history. And he knows he's got to give him a shot this year to take some of the stink and focus off what the Cleveland Browns have been. I'm going to go purchase a number 12 Cleveland jersey.
Me too.
Seriously.
Let me know what color you get so I can get the opposite one.
Now it's spiraled into full-blown quarterback chaos. You'd think the Browns were hiding a secret weapon all this time, when really they're just trying to survive another PR meltdown. And let's break down this so-called secret plan Mary Kay supposedly leaked. Imagine finding out your team's long-term strategy through an insider scoop before your starter even finishes unpacking his locker, only in Cleveland. Insiders are saying the Browns aren't just impressed with Shedeur Sanders, they're ready for him. Not future ready, not maybe next season ready. We're talking next game ready if things go south again, which makes you wonder, what did Dillon Gabriel do to fall out of favor this fast? The answer? Everything the Browns feared and nothing they hoped for. One bad game, one shaky performance, and boom, the whole vibe flipped. Now, right behind him stands Shedeur Sanders, the most talked-about man in the building who hasn't even thrown a regular season pass yet. You can feel it. The tension, the shift, the side glances at practice that say loud and clear, "It's almost my time."
Let me be very honest with you about Shedeur Sanders, who now has graphics like this being put up. Shedeur Sanders should be the Browns' #1 quarterback. Is the conversation warranted? Kinda. But when I look at this Brown situation with quarterbacks, we know Shedeur is not #1 on paper, and I don't know if this preseason game puts him over the edge. Shedeur Sanders is not the #1 quarterback that they even chose in this draft. That quarterback is Dillon Gabriel. He has a hamstring injury, has not played yet. Kenny Pickett, who has started a ton of games in the NFL, did not play yet, a hamstring injury. Joe Flacco on the roster, has a Super Bowl, has won so many playoff games and regular season games, and he's a grown man. He doesn't need to play in preseason.
And man, you got a feel for Joe Flacco. The dude's been demoted so many times he might as well start bringing his own folding chair to the sideline. Once upon a time, he was that calm veteran presence. Now, he's just one overthrown pass away from being the clipboard guy for a rookie half his age. It's not personal, it's just the Browns being the Browns. The irony here is gold. Gabriel spent all week preaching about focus and leadership, saying he tunes out the noise and plays for the team. Great speech, except the noise he was tuning out was his own offensive line yelling pressure every other snap. Once the Vikings' defense started closing in, it looked less like leadership and more like a man trying to draft an escape plan mid-play. The commentators tried to stay hopeful, bless their hearts, but by the second fumble, even their optimism packed up and left the stadium. Mary Kay's report didn't just leak a plan, it lit a fire. Social media exploded into a full-on Browns civil war. Half the fans screaming, "Give Shedeur the keys," and the other half gripping Gabriel like a burnt security blanket. And somewhere in the middle, Kevin Stefanski's probably staring at his depth chart like it's a breakup text he's not ready to answer.
There might be a little bit more time, but I do believe Shedeur Sanders will play this year.
I mean, I think at this point for Cleveland, you just got to try your guys out. Gabriel was definitely the right move. I mean, you know, if they wanted to... That pressure from the media, obviously they go with Shedeur, but you know, Dillon Gabriel was drafted in the 3rd round before Shedeur, so it only makes sense to. And Dillon Gabriel's not a bad QB. Like,
no matter what, Cleveland's gonna see what they got because they're gonna have 2 first-round picks next year, so they can like move up if they need to go get after a quarterback. Which, by the way, I was talking to Moti yesterday. I was like, man, this draft class is terrible. The quarterbacks to me,
But don't get it twisted. This isn't just about one bad game. This is about what Cleveland's been chasing for decades, a quarterback they can believe in. Not tolerate, not make excuses for, believe. Someone who doesn't fold when the pocket collapses, who brings swagger without turning it into drama. And in Shedeur Sanders, they might have finally found that spark. Let's be real. The kid's been a walking headline since high school. His dad's Deion Sanders, charisma royalty, so confidence practically runs through his veins. Shedeur's cool, polished, and unshaken. Everything Gabriel wasn't when the lights hit bright. Word from inside the Browns facility is players are already drawn to him. Receivers sticking around for extra reps. Linemen whispering about how calm he is in the huddle. It's that unspoken vibe that says, If we're fixing this, it's going to be with him. It's almost poetic. The Browns might have accidentally stumbled into what they've been praying for, a real fresh start. Not another recycled vet, not another one-year bandage, but a franchise quarterback who hasn't been chewed up and spit out by the system yet.
A well-intentioned one like this, which is to tell Shedeur fans, hey, we're going to play your guy at some point this year. Just be patient.
Well, and I'm sure a lot of people think like myself. It's like, yeah, Jimmy Haslam already told us he was going to play this year. You know, like if you just listen to Jimmy Haslam, we'd have both quarterbacks be playing. I know in the past couple weeks, though, I became a little bit more hesitant to the idea that he actually would see the field because there just became a part of me that wondered if they were just going to, I honestly didn't know that they move away from Flacco as early as they did, even though I kept telling everyone after 4 weeks is when they had to like actually figure that out. I just didn't know that they'd actually do it. It's what I would do. I was surprised they actually.
But come on, it's Cleveland. There's always a 50-50 chance they'll find a way to mess it all up by Tuesday. Still, the buzz around Shedeur is too loud to ignore. His confidence isn't arrogance. It's control. He's not out here talking about leadership. He's showing it. Late-night film sessions, sharper practice reps every week, chemistry with receivers that Gabriel never managed to build. It's all stacking up fast. You can feel the shift, even if everyone's pretending it's business as usual. Meanwhile, Gabriel's sitting in pressers talking about process and focus, which everyone knows is football code for, please don't bench me yet. You almost feel bad for him. Almost. Because that's how this league works. 1 week, you're the chosen one. The next, you're the cautionary tale on a highlight reel of regrets. And that's usually step one of the classic transition plan, dressed up as an internal evaluation. The locker room politics are wild, too. Joe Flacco's still hanging around like a relic from a better time. A real-life Super Bowl MVP standing there as living proof of when the Browns still had hope, and the word rebuild didn't sound like a seasonal tradition.
Reason to maybe not say he's going to be QB1 right now. Next thing, Shedeur Sanders has always played well in games that he should. Games where he's not going against starters in the NFL. He didn't go against starters. College, he's got a perfect system for him to really be successful. I want to see Shedeur in a situation where it's not perfect. Now, look, I'm a Shedeur guy. I think he's a phenomenal quarterback. I think he will translate well to the NFL. But right now, I just want to see a little bit. Week 1, the Browns open up against the Bengals. The Browns don't just have a cakewalk divisional schedule. They're playing great.
Joe Flacco's probably mentoring Shedeur without even realizing he's grooming his own replacement. It's cold, but that's football. Now the Browns front office is stuck in the oldest dilemma in the game. Play it safe or take the leap. Do you risk your rookie's confidence by throwing him into the chaos, or risk losing the whole season by waiting too long? Fans are growing restless, the media's circling like vultures, and players are whispering in the locker room. And nothing sparks an NFL storm faster than those 4 words, inside sources say. If Cleveland really is prepping to start Shedeur early, this isn't just a lineup change, it's a statement. It's a declaration that patience time is over. No more maybe next week. No more praying the playbook suddenly clicks. You can feel it. If he steps onto that field, the energy flips instantly. The offense wakes up, the crowd believes again, hope finally feels real. Meanwhile, Gabriel's unraveling faster than a cheap jersey seam. His post-game interviews sound like he's reading out motivational quotes from a cereal box. The gap between his words and his performance is so wide, you could park the Browns team bus right through it.
But I think Shedeur's the guy they're protecting. I think Dylan, throw him out there. He can play. He's the one that, let's see what you got. But I think Shedeur might be the one that they have their eyes on.
I agree.
As the franchise, right?
Cleveland Browns made the move to start Dylan Gabriel. Was that the right move? And when and if do you think they're going to move to Shedeur Sanders?
I don't think they should have started him yet, only because of the spot they're in. I would have waited till week 7, I think it was, versus the Dolphins.
You know it's bad when the camera catches your own teammates giving you that look. We're not mad, just disappointed. That's when every Browns fan knows what's coming. The calm before the quarterback carousel starts spinning again. But this time, it feels different. There's this quiet inevitability hanging in the air. Shedeur isn't some random pickup off the waiver wire. He's a symbol of what's next. And when your fans are already chanting his name before he's even taken a snap, you're not fighting the media anymore. You're fighting momentum itself. Behind closed doors, that decision might already be made. Those whispers about early consideration, that's just code for we're waiting for the right excuse. And with the schedule tightening up, that excuse could come real soon. Every throw Gabriel makes will be picked apart, every drive judged like it's life or death. You already know the cameras will pan to Deion Sanders every 5 minutes just to catch that proud dad energy lighting up the sidelines. Cleveland could go from miserable to manic in record time. And if Shedeur actually delivers, this city's gonna lose its mind. But that's the gamble. The Browns are about to roll the dice on a rookie who's been watching, studying, and quietly building the kind of momentum that can change everything.
He asked us a question about Shedeur, because I would like to talk about Shedeur a little bit if we get something like that.
So someone did, not directly to what you wrote about today, but someone basically said if Dylan Gabriel gets his shot, does that mean Shedeur Sanders moves up to the number 2 job? That was from Dash in Raleigh, North Carolina. So obviously, a lot of Shedeur talk today. Deion Sanders was on the New Heights podcast. You wrote about it. It's up there at cleveland.com/Browns. He confirmed that they told the Ravens not to draft him.
For the first time in forever, this doesn't feel like desperation. It feels like destiny, or at least the closest thing Cleveland's ever been allowed to feel. But let's be real, this is still the Browns we're talking about, and nothing in this city ever comes easy. There's going to be drama, there's going to be headlines, and there's definitely going to be overreactions screaming QB controversy before Shedeur even throws his first real pass. But that's the beauty of it. For a team that turned dysfunction into a lifestyle, this might just be their most entertaining redemption arc yet. And somewhere in the chaos, you almost got a feel for Dylan Gabriel. He didn't commit any unforgivable sin. He just ran out of time. The NFL doesn't wait for potential anymore. It demands proof. And when you've got a hungry rookie breathing down your neck with smoother throws, cleaner confidence, and a legendary father tweeting support, you're basically living with a countdown clock over your head. The truth is, this isn't tragedy, it's evolution. Cleveland's done treading water. They've watched other teams strike gold with young guns, and now they want their turn. Mary Kay's leak just confirmed what everyone already suspected. Overnight, Gabriel shifts from struggling starter to valuable backup. Flacco becomes the old mentor in the corner. And Shedeur Sanders, he becomes the story, the face of a reboot Cleveland didn't even realize was already happening.
Do I think Dylan Gabriel played good? No. Do I think he played bad? No. Do I think he played okay? Yes. He didn't do anything spectacular, but he did what he's supposed to do, I guess. He made mistakes, but we all make mistakes, right? He played better than Flacco. I can definitely say that. Do I think Kevin played to his strengths? Yes, and of course he should.
Now every single rep counts, every warm-up snap, every sideline glance, every camera cut adds fuel to the fire. Because if there's one thing Cleveland's mastered, it's turning quarterback drama into must-see TV. But this time, maybe, just maybe, the chaos actually leads somewhere worth going. The Browns have tried everything else, vets, trades, experiments, and nothing stuck. Maybe it's time to finally trust the kid who looks like he was built for this moment. So here's the real question. Do you rip off the bandage and give Shedeur the reins, or let Gabriel stumble through one more week trying to find his rhythm? Change is coming to Cleveland, whether Gabriel's ready or not, and if Mary Kay Cabot's right, Shedeur Sanders won't just be the next man up, he'll be the headline that rewrites everything. What do you think? Should the Browns start Shedeur now, or wait it out one more game? Drop your thoughts below, hit that like if you're backing the rookie, and don't forget to subscribe for more wild NFL drama straight from Cleveland's chaos.